Cute animals come in all shapes and sizes, but why are some so big and why are some so small? Well, it's all to do with where they live, what they eat and their overall environment. I'm Hannah Stipfel, and in this episode we're going to be taking a look at one of the smallest mammals to walk our planet, and definitely one of the spikiest. From the African plains to a quintessentially English garden, our next cute animal is certainly unmistakable. The hedgehog. These brown spiky mammals with their small beady eyes and adorable button noses are undeniably lovable, being the only animal with spikes found in the UK. They are mostly nocturnal and secretive creatures, but can be found in an array of habitats, from woodlands and orchards to man-made gardens. And they are simply adorable. So we have come to Cuba here in Cornwall, and we're visiting Prickles and Paws Hedgehog Rescue Centre as we want to get some shots of hedgehogs for this episode, but we've also heard that they might be having their first swimming lesson, so let's go and take a look. Hello! Thanks for having us, thank you. Right, hedgehogs, swimming.
Paddling pool is ready.
Is it?
Come
it is, look! Oh wow, Katie. Cool, you are busy, aren't you? My goodness. So how many rescues have you had come in lately?
From the 1st of July to the 31st of August, 211 have been admitted.
My goodness.
Bearing in mind we admit about 500 a year, I think we might exceed that a bit this year, because that's the busiest summer we've ever had, especially with the hoglets. So you can see here these are all the littlest ones, and we've got our incubators as well.
Yeah.
With all the little hoglets in.
They are famous for having the ability to curl up into a ball when they feel threatened, and they become completely protected with their shield of spines. Hedgehogs also have a tail, which is about 5 centimetres long, but this is always tucked away underneath its spiky coat. An average hedgehog has around 7,000 spines tipped with yellow. These spines are in fact modified hollow hairs that are around 2 to 3 centimetres long and cover their entire bodies apart from their furry faces and underside.
He was meant to be going for a release, but his back leg still isn't quite strong, so he is now going.
What's wrong with his back legs then?
So we can get him walking first so you can see, but he's walking on the top of the foot, so he's not sort of using that back leg properly. Yeah. We see it in quite a lot of the juveniles where it's probably something nutritional from when they were slightly younger, or it could be something to do with the ligaments and tendons.
Sweet.
But we've had huge success with doing hydrotherapy. So we have a paddling pool and they go swimming.
Their long snout is used to sniff out tasty morsels, such as insects, snails, slugs and worms, which they can be found snuffling for around the garden, especially at night. In fact, hedgehogs can travel up to 2 kilometres in search of food each night and can be pretty nifty when they need to. They are excellent at running, climbing and even swimming. Would they swim in the wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
So we get quite a lot that come in trapped in ponds. So a bit like our paddling pool, it's got quite a plastic lip on the edge and they can't scrabble out over it. But natural rivers, ponds, things with sides where they can actually sort of scrabble out of, they do really well. But if we just see if we can get him to walk first, we can see what.
And this is what you do before you release them to
see if
you
look at that back leg there, we're going on the top of the foot.
I can see.
So the other foot's going flat and we're going on the top of that foot. So in the water they can't curl up as much, which means it's a lot easier to manipulate the legs, massage, stimulate blood flow, and then hold it in the right position and almost try and correct it. So we're going to go really gradually, and I should point out this water is lovely and warm. The idea is it's nice and warm to help with the muscles, because there's no point in putting them in cold water. That's not really going to help the muscles. This is effectively the shallow end, but if you look at those back feet, you can see that there's not the flexion in the foot. So what we're going to do is, as we swim, we find that it will start coming, but I'm just going to massage that leg and try and get a bit of flexion in that foot.
Yeah.
And get the foot in the right position. You can already see there's a bit more flexion in it.
Yeah.
It's
moving.
Still twisted, but actually there's flexion in the foot. And the change can come so quickly, but you can sort of see the difference in both feet there.
That's amazing. From when he first went in, how the difference in that foot there especially,
yeah.
You can see it's actually really,
so
really helped
quick.
its movement.
And
oh, well done, Sweep, your first swim. He
Well,
is adorable. Look at his face. Well done, Sweep. You've done really well. First lesson completed.
so we've probably got about a week or so of swimming. We'll reassess. He might have a bit more after that, but hopefully not too long. And we'll be able to get him back out to the wild.
During the winter months, hedgehogs will hibernate from November to March, and through the autumn they will build up their fat reserves, then find a nice safe place to use as a winter nest. These nests are essential for their survival when it gets cold, and they will collect leaves, grass and straw to stash away under log piles and hedgerows. This is why in autumn you should always check the garden bonfire before lighting, as you may just have a little hedgehog nest inside.